Hey, my friends, Pastor David here with this week's Midweek Minute. So we started a new series of messages this past weekend called Fearless. Adam Hamilton says that fear is simply a part of the human condition. And we kind of feel like that's right, don't we? We may be afraid of different things as individual people, but we all know what it feels like to be afraid. We're going to spend a little time in these next weeks talking about some of the different things that we can be afraid of. And as individual as each person listening to me is, that would be the list of their fears. So it's going to be kind of hard to target every one of them, but in kind of a general way, we're going to be talking about some of the challenges that we face when it comes to fear. The first thing we talked about was a foundational truth that I hope we'll be able to visit each week that we're talking about fear. And it's simply this: the prescription for fear is the presence of God. We use prescriptions to treat a lot of things in our lives, don't we? We take prescriptions for our high blood pressure. We take prescriptions for pain. We take prescriptions that a counselor might give to us if we're having a relationship challenge. So Psalm 27 gives us this prescription to deal with fear. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? With the Lord as the stronghold of my life, of whom shall I be afraid? The prescription for fear is the presence of God. So we have a choice. Whenever we are faced with fear-filled moments, we can be gripped by it. We can be paralyzed by fear. We can be frustrated or angry by fear. Or we could see fear as an invitation to cultivate the presence of God in our life in deeper ways. You've probably heard me say that the best ways to cultivate that presence of God in our lives are simple things like time with Scripture and prayer, time in worship with the people of God, fellowship with the people of God, being generous, finding ways to give the love that we've been given away to somebody else. Those are all things that anchor our lives in the presence of God. I closed the message this week with a statement from Dr. David Jeremiah, one of my favorite statements that he has shared. What life does to us depends on what life finds within us. What life does to us depends on what life finds within us. So if fear comes to call this week, actually, when fear comes to call this week, what will it find within you? Will it find within you anxiety and frustration and paralysis, or will it find within you the presence of God? We'll continue our conversation about fear this coming week. We'll get a chance to share some of the things that the kids are learning in Vacation Bible School this week as well. So I hope that you can be with us either Saturday night at 6 o'clock for a more traditional experience or Sunday morning at 10:30 for a more contemporary one. And certainly both of those services are available online as well. Hope you can be with us in one of those places. Have a great week. And remember, keep looking up, and I'll see you later.